My eyes were searching for India. My eyes were searching कि एक Indian flag मिल जाए तो you know how I'll feel. I'll feel so proud. My grandmother lost her life when she was 22, and today I'm 22 in front of you, representing my incredible country. I couldn't be much more prouder. Something I learned from the pageant that it's never the most beautiful girl that wins.
Adli, welcome to Pink Villa. I would, want rather than me introducing you, I want you to introduce, yourself to all our readers and viewers.
Hi everyone, this is Adeline Castellino, your Diva Miss Diva Universe. I represented our beautiful, incredible country, India, just 3 days back at the Miss Universe pageant, and I've been welcomed with a lot of love and appreciation, and I'm really floored by that. I aspire to do more for our society and really help, people at this moment in time.
So, Adli, the first thing I want to ask you is because you just represented India on the international stage, what is the emotion, when you are there and first time, you hear saying India, India?
It was a very emotional experience, especially this year, because I was carrying my country just like every year that we do, but we had gone through so much. So every day that I would get up and get ready for my pageant, you go through social media and you see what people are going through. So every day there was this sense of responsibility that I need to show the strong, the resilient face of India. And I remember being on that stage, looking into this audience where everybody's flags were lifted up. There was Mexico, Peru, and people were like Mexico, Peru, and and my eyes were searching for India. My eyes were searching. एक Indian flag मिल जाए तो you know how I'll feel. I'll feel so proud. So for me to actually be that Indian flag over there internationally, to show people that even during this time that our country is going through so much, to be walking shoulder with other nations was very important.
But you have made India very proud, and people were really looking up to it. And today it's a different feeling. There is so much of love. I check your social handles, and people are just loving everything that you have achieved. So has that feeling, have you settled down with that feeling?
I don't want to settle down honestly with that feeling, because it's made such a beautiful mark into my memory, into my soul. I can never forget that even after the country was going through so much, people were reaching out and praying for me literally, and hoping and keeping their hopes and aspirations on me. I have never felt so loved in my entire life. This was definitely a privilege. I know so many young girls and boys that have reached out to me during this time, and many of them were going through COVID or had somebody in their family that was suffering from COVID. So when people really reach out to you during their difficult times to show how much they appreciate you and they love you, that's true love. And I'm so fortunate to be to have and experience that, to carry my country during such a difficult time. I think I've had an amazing experience, an amazing journey that really has shaped me to be a person in the future that I'll be proud of.
Absolutely. And Adeline, you are, in a league where, we have seen Sushmita Sen, we have seen Lara Datta. So how do you plan to use this platform?
I've always been, passionate, like even when I was thinking about this platform, because we have images in our head of Miss India that have been in this society, that have been such powerful voices. Luckily, we have such good role models. So I've had a very different reign. I have seen the reign minus all the glamour, minus all the gowns and the earrings. I've seen the reign for what it is, and how an organization like Miss Diva can really transform, how it changes for generation. I was at Miss Universe the other day and I told them, see, my grandmother lost her life when she was 22, and today I'm 22 in front of you, representing my incredible country. I couldn't be much more prouder, and I know the fact that it's come out of a sacrifice. So for me to give that back to the society using this platform is something to be grateful for, and that's what I'm going to use it. I always wanted to talk about the farmers, especially now that we still have so much to do with them. We know a lot of people are moving back into the farming industry because of what has happened globally. So talking about that and talking about how we need to narrow the gap between the wage with women and men, and we need a lot more equality to be here, because the pandemic, a lot of women have dropped out of workforce,
Yes.
and that can be a very alarming factor if we don't work and get more women back in, so we can progress ahead. So these matters, even if they're little at this moment and they don't have a definite pathway, but I feel if I can use this platform to start to talk about these things, it can open dialogues into a better future for all of us, especially for the youth, just like me.
And Adeline, I remember that day I woke up early and I made my chai. I said I want to watch this. So we were all excited, we were all emotional. I saw you emotional also on the stage, and you were almost very close to the crown. And we're extremely proud of what we have achieved. But do you have thoughts like what if?
No, I mean, not even once. Because I've always been a person, and I know Lara ma'am told me this just before leaving. She said, you can control what you do, but you can't control what happens to you. I'm a firm believer that, your destiny takes you places. If you're not meant to be somewhere, you're meant to be somewhere else.
Yes.
And I gave it my 100%, in terms of every little preparation I could do, physically, even emotionally, because I feel that the circumstance around me also groomed me and made me a much more aware person to represent India in the best light possible. So I didn't hold back anything. I gave it my all. So even standing on the stage, I was very proud of the accomplishment, and I looked around and I saw all these other incredible women who have done exceptional work that has inspired me during the year. So, and I'm somebody, if I see another woman who's getting her due, I'll be the first one to stand up and clap for her. And I feel that as society, they always kind of tell us that there's only one winner, there's only one woman who can make it. I say no. How can a 22-year-old girl like me, who had nobody in the city yesterday, have so much of love and support and this opportunity to do something in her life? I think it's much more than winning. It's like an opportunity to kind of change not only my life, but the life of my family, of my society. And I think that's the biggest win that I've had.
You are going to, you would have planned something. You will change a lot of lives in the coming years. But how has pageant changed your life?
For any girl that walks into a pageant, we only see, when at the start of the pageant, we only see the glamour quotient of it, or you have to look nice, you have to talk well, and a lot of things. But when you enter here, you see women for what they are. There are a lot of women that you work with, and you just start realizing that every woman is blessed and they're so different from each other that there is actually no competition at all.
Absolutely. And Adeline, there are a lot of girls looking up to you, because now they inspire to do so many things in life, and when they watch pageants, they watch so many things, they will really look up to you, young girls. What is the one message that you would like to give them?
I want anyone who's looking at my journey to know that even as a young girl myself, I would look at my weakness. I would think I'm not good enough. For the longest time, the society the society never tells you anything, but makes you feel that you're not good enough, you don't have it to succeed. I wish they can look at me and they can feel that, I was the most imperfect person on that stage with all my flaws, but I was confident in them. I think I wish women, especially girls, can find that confidence within themselves to be who they want to be, despite of what people are going to say. Because people and society, they are going to give you a lot of inputs of how a woman should dress, how a woman should be. I just wish that all little girls know that the way they are, they're perfect. And no beauty standard should define them, because we see that normally when they talk about a woman, they talk about her beauty. Even if she's in a boardroom, she's talking about something very important and something that's life-changing, they'll say, okay, look at the way she looks, or they use her looks against her. So I want women to know that about themselves, that they're much, much more, they're beyond their looks. And that's something I learned from the pageant, that it's never the most beautiful girl that wins. It's a woman who's passionate and who's a visionary, who knows what she wants to do with the title. So I want women to know that and believe in themselves, that they too can have a vision and complete what they're set out to complete.
And Adeline, just one question to add to this, whatever interactions I had with you, I've always seen this, that you take the ownership of your flaws or something that you need to work on. So what gives you that confidence? Because I think in today's world, a lot of not just females, but also males need this kind of confidence.
It doesn't come easy, Vaibhavi, honestly, because criticism is very hard. And when you're the biggest critic of yourself. So for me, when it started changing is when I started becoming fearless. I don't fear failure, but I fear not trying again. That is one fear that's in my mind. I feel that I accept people the way they are with their flaws, and I feel that also gives you the strength to accept yourself. And it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman, when you have that capability to actually transform and to accept your flaw and make it better, I think you can reach places.
Thank you so much, Adeline. It was, wonderful talking to you, and thank you.
Thank you, Vaibhavi. I was waiting for this. I love Pink Villa, and it's really an honor to be here and reach out to your audience that is so passionate about women and what they're achieving in life. So,
thank you so much, Adeline. All the best. I'll be in touch. Bye.
Thank you. Same here.